Hello and welcome to your astrological forecast for February 2023. My name's Demian Allan, and if you like this particular video, then press the like button and please become a subscriber. It all helps. Right, I'm going to be looking at February, what to expect, some of the key dates to look out for and planetary events for this coming month. What I would say first of all is that a lot of the planets are moving forward, which is all of them are moving forward, which is great, because when the planets move forward, it means that, as you'd expect, things move forward. Things can move forward very, very quickly, and we start off right at the beginning of the of February. On the 5th with the first astrological event that's taking place, which is the full moon at 16 degrees in Leo. Now, this particular full moon is going to be making a square aspect to Uranus, so it can be a little bit unpredictable. If you've got planets around about 15, 16, 17 degrees in the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, then this will be an unpredictable and slightly erratic full moon. Full moons, things coming up to the surface, having to deal with things that come up to the surface quite significantly. And it's in Leo, so it's a lot to do with the creativity side of things and how one expresses themselves to the people that are close to them. So that's a big kind of full moon and planetary event. So with full moons, it's the couple of days beforehand. So that would be the 3rd and the 4th, and after the 5th, which is the 6th and the 7th, that will tend to be issues magnified, come up to the surface. That's with all the new moons, the full moons. It's usually particularly the 2 days leading up to it, where if you're quite sensitive, you will feel that energy rising around you and feel some of those themes that I've talked about playing out. On the 7th, Mercury, which of course was retrograde in January, is now at the degree that it went retrograde. So this is quite significant. So things that have been delayed, which have mercurial energy to them, buying, selling, contracts, communications, really start to actually move forward from the 7th. And actually Mercury can really be at its best and start to do the things that it's meant to be doing. All forms of communication, all forms of emails, all forms of public transport, particularly, will start moving in a direction that is much more beneficial to us all. And Mercury, is known as a bit of a trickster in astrology. Because it kind of hides, because it's so close to the sun, it kind of hides. So it's an energy that, you think you're just about to grab hold of and get hold of, and you just can't. Now it's kind of, metaphorically speaking, seen and actually is moving forward in a big way. On the 11th, as Mercury is moving forward now, it goes into Aquarius. I love this combination, Mercury and Aquarius. It really works well. The Aquarian logic and lateral thinking works with the clean, crisp energy of Mercury really kind of well. And it means that there's innovative thinking process, flashes of insights, sort of eureka moments that many people can have, particularly if you've got a lot of Aquarian planets or a lot of planets in the sign of Aquarius, then you're really going to feel the full energy of this. And that kind of takes us into this kind of energy, which is kind of things are kind of moving forward, not anything dramatic that you go, all right, okay, that's a bit sort of tricky and energy to deal with. Everything seems to be just moving forward. It's one of those months, On the 18th, we have the sun right at the end of the day enters into Pisces, so we're coming into the last section of the season of winter. here, where things are starting to change, because Pisces is a mutable sign. So that means that things can actually begin to become much more adaptable. And straight after that, on the 20th, we've got this new moon at 1 degrees in Pisces. We're getting a lot of new moons at the 1 degree mark, which is good. It's the start of, obviously, the zodiac sign here. On that same day, Venus is going to enter into Aries, which is a little bit of a feisty combination here. But yeah, that new moon, it's an interesting one, because it's not really kind of in any other kind of major kind of planets, so it's kind of out on its own. And of course, when the energy of the new moon is kind of moving forward, it's about new cycles beginning here. But it's an interesting one because it's a new cycle, it's a new moon, but at the same time, it's in Pisces, which is the last sign of the zodiac, and therefore that kind of energy is a bit like, well, okay, things are kind of moving in the right direction, but that will feel like the end of cycles as well. So there's a contradiction, there's a conflict going on there. So I wouldn't say with the moon, in Pisces, it's not a natural kind of fit, because the moon is really kind of fluctuating, and Pisces is a mutable sign, so it does have a difficulty in just getting hold of what needs to actually manifest and what needs to be tangible. So it's a little bit of a tricky energy to hold on to. So it's important about remaining grounded during that particular time, because it's not an easy one that's taking place. And again, if you're sensitive and in that sort of position, then you're going to find it a little bit more challenging. Let's look at the outer planets. So this is the last dance for Saturn, really, before it will change into Pisces. So it's at the last degrees of Aquarius, which has been there for about just over 2.5 year period. So it sort of starts at 25 degrees, ends at 29 degrees. So if you've got planets around Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, the fixed signs have been really kind of hit the last couple of years and continue to, but not for much longer. Then you're going to feel that energy of Saturn and responsibility and duty and limitations and having to take time out and all that kind of stuff. Jupiter is rocketing through Aries, starts at 6 degrees and ends at 11 degrees in Aries. So people who are born in the first 10 days of when the sun is in Aries, about March the 20th to the 30th, it's a lot happening, really kind of good things happening, lots of expansion. Uranus is now moving forward. It starts off at 14 degrees in Taurus and ends at 15 degrees in Taurus. Of course, it's at that Beltane point as well. So it's that halfway point of the Uranus energy, particularly. We've got Neptune moving forward, starts at 28 degrees. Sorry, let me go back. 23 degrees. See, Neptune catches you out every time. 23 degrees in Pisces, ends at 24 degrees at Pisces. Again, moving forward. Pluto, well, the big news is Pluto's also come into the last stages, last degrees. 28 degrees of Capricorn, ends at 29 degrees of Capricorn at the end of the month. So again, that energy of Pluto before it's going to shift briefly into Aquarius. Big movements there for next month. Next month's a big month. Chiron is moving forward in Aries. It starts off at 12 degrees, ends at 13 degrees. And then we have the North Node at, in Taurus, 8 degrees in Taurus, and then ends at 5 degrees. And the South Node will be in Scorpio at the same degree points. So it's a month where things are just moving forward, and seemingly less chaotic than it has been. Watch out for that full moon and actually the new moon. These are the main kind of big players here. The Mercury is a big factor. Venus continues to be in Pisces, which the new moon does sort of apply a conjunction, but those two are not, moon and Venus are not exactly going to make things kind of more chaotic. They're both very gentle energies. Mars is continuing to go through Gemini. after being retrograde. It starts at 10 degrees and ends at 18 degrees. So this is like, you know, everything that's been delayed for the last 4 months for a lot of people is actually moving forward slowly but surely. It's not dramatic. It's not something that is going to bring too much chaos, but it means that we might feel a bit nebulous at times, a little bit ungrounded with it all. But you know, this is kind of the month before the big month of March, when we've got major astrological changes that are taking place, and I will talk about that in my next video that I do on March 2023. But it's a month where we can get hold of a feeling that things are about to change, and that apprehension, that anxiety might be around a few of us, and we've got to kind of ground that and not go into the fear and remain quite centered within ourselves instead of sort of spinning out of control. Anyway, look, I hope you've liked that video. Press the like button and please become a subscriber, and thank you very much for watching.